Cuban. Oui, monsieur, malandro Cuban. C'est pas comme ça, oui, parler français. Oui, monsieur, malandro Cuban. Cuban, Cuban. Oui, monsieur, malandro Cuban. C'est pas comme ça.
Hey, what's up everyone? Jerry from StogieReview.com, back again with another video cigar review. It's great to be back. If you've been wondering where I've been on the IR here, and other people have been filling in for me here. Yeah, sum it up, I got hurt, spent some time all bandaged up and feeling better, not 100%, well enough to do these reviews, but you know, for legal reasons, I've been advised. That's pretty much all I can say. So, you know, hey. Anyways, like the opening credit said, I'm reviewing the MoW Virtue. This is the Lonsdale size. Comes in at 6 inches long with a 44 ring gauge. It's the mildest of the MoW series. So it starts off the fullest body, fullest strength, being the Ruination, followed by the Special Edition, followed by the regular MoW, and then here is the Virtue. So what it does is it pretty much uses a lot less Ligero than the other blends, and a lot more Seco and Viso parts of the tobacco leaf here to make up its blend. Features a Ecuadorian grown Connecticut seed wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan full, like I said, just more Viso and Seco parts of the tobacco plant here. Available in a range of sizes. You know, you got the Robusto, Toro, Torpedo, Churchill, Solomon, and the Lonsdale size. So a big range of sizes here for the MoW Virtue, much more than some of the other sizes. And so pricing will vary. Only available at Cigar.com and Cigars.com and Cigars International. Yeah, same shit pretty much. Anyways, I'm gonna light up the Virtue Lonsdale size, and let's see where it stacks up in the you know, how it stacks up with all the other MoW Ruination series. So all right, only a few puffs here into my MoW Virtue, and very surprising in the start. You know, when you see the name MoW, you prepare yourself mentally. You know what you're in store for. You know, you're expecting this big powerhouse start to it, and that's where the Virtue first surprises you. You know, your first couple puffs are very smooth and mellowed out, a little bit of sweetness, but and a very underlying peppery notes here, but nothing too overwhelming, nothing very bold, just very mellow on the underside, on the undertone of your palate here, just to remind you that it is a MoW. If the cool label wasn't staring at you in the face, it reminds you what you're smoking. But you know, very sweet, creamy flavors to begin with. Like I said, a little bit of peppery undertones that just remind you of what you're smoking. But you know, you really start to get, you know, when you first get ready to smoke it, you know, you brace yourself thinking of all the other cigars in the MoW series, and then that first puff, and you kind of relax a little bit here because it's very mellow, very smooth, not high powered, high octane like the other blends are, like the Ruination. So totally two different worlds here so far to the start of the Virtue as compared to the Ruination, but nonetheless very flavorful, very nice sweetness to it. Like I said, a little bit of creamy and peppery notes to start off with. So let's see what else the Virtue MoW by AJ Fernandez, Cigars International, Cigars.com. Let's see how it handles the rest of the All right, a little further into my MoW Ruination in the Lonsdale size, and things are going really well. It's burning characteristics are going great. Good draw, good burn. You know, not a very firm ash here. I've ashed once. Very, very sweet and creamy characteristics here. You know, and that's the best way I can put it. Lots of sweetness, lots of creamy flavors. Still an undertone of a pepperiness. Lots of woodsy flavors starting to develop here. So you know, it's going really well. Very uncharacteristic of when you compare it to the rest of the MoW series here, but a very nice, refreshing, I guess you could say, refreshing to my palate, refreshing flavor profile for my palate here. You know, like I said, it's available in an array of sizes. I think 6 sizes, and I bought a couple of the samplers where they gives you one of each size. And since I've been on the IR, I've had a chance to smoke them. And the Lonsdale size is the size that I settled on as my preferred size. Some of the bigger size, especially that bigger Churchill size at 7.5 by 52. I mean, you just got lost in it. I mean, it's just so airy, and the flavors were murky and hard to pick up. Just very, very airy. I felt like, you know, I was just smoking air. You know, it just didn't seem to have any kind of concentration or any. It was just felt, the flavor profile just felt diluted. So I like the Lonsdale size because it's a smaller ring gauge and a more concentrated of flavors. You get more wrapper to filler ratio here, and the sweetness of the wrapper is more pronounced, and just enough of that of the filler to add that peppery undertones to it are awesome. Definitely a solid, strong medium body so far. So we'll see how the rest of the MoW Virtue in the Lonsdale size performs the rest of the way. All right, into about the halfway point here of my MoW Virtue Lonsdale size. Man, it's great to be able to use both hands. That's what she said. I'm gonna crack my shit up. That's for Tony and Tony Cruz and Dave Schofield out there in South Korea. Keep them boys entertained. No, seriously. MoW Virtue going great. No problems here on the draw. No problems here on the burn. You know, very even burn. Very razor crisp burn to it. Lots of creamy flavors. Lots of creamy notes. Lots of sweetness. Creamy flavors. Woodsy flavors developing. Still that undertone of pepperiness here. All around a very, very, very enjoyable cigar. Boxes. I think they come boxes of 22 for 125 bucks. So you know, around $8 a single, not too bad. Definitely a daytime smoke. I don't think it has the body or the strength, you know, to go with at night after a big dinner or anything like that. It doesn't have that oomph to it. But if you're looking for a first smoke of the day, or early afternoon cigar, your first cigar of the day, definitely the MoW Virtue is fitting the bill here for me. Definitely loving the Lonsdale size, and you know, like I said, those flavors there, you can really detect them. You know, in the bigger ring gauges, the bigger sizes, especially in that Churchill, things just got so murky and lost and inconsistent. But the Lonsdale size has performed great for me. Definitely the size of choice for me. So let's see, what else is new? Got some questions about why, you know, you might have, if you've been paying attention to some of the other blogs, some of them took a trip down to the Dominican with the Miami Cigar Company and toured and hung out with the La Aurora guys, and people asked why we didn't go. You know, put it simply, we just didn't get invited. Maybe, I guess we're just not cool enough or something like that. Or they're just still mad at me for putting the Cibao Maduro in my bottom 10 list last year, which, I don't know, that doesn't make sense because, you know, he took it over to Rocky Patel to make now. So, yeah, I mean, just frankly, we weren't invited. Maybe, you know, since we don't advertise with Miami Cigar Company anyways, or whatever, for whatever reason, we just didn't get invited, and that's okay. Maybe next time. So, quite frankly, I'm holding out for my phone to ring here, and it's AJ Fernandez on the line saying, "Hey Jerry, me, you, Nicaragua, let's do it." So, but that phone call hasn't come yet. Hopefully, yeah, my MoW Virtue review here. Maybe this review will get that phone call closer to happening. I don't know. But yeah, so far so good. Hopefully, the last third here, the last half of the cigar, or I guess I'm getting towards the last third. The Virtue stays true to the beginning and middle here. So stay tuned, and let's be back. All right, I've said it time and time again. What better way to compliment a cigar than to smoke it down to a nub? Great example of how much I enjoy the MoW Virtue. Still not as good as the Ruination, but you know, enjoyable same. I still think the Ruination is top notch as far as in the Ruination line, but the Virtue is just a great, like I said, daytime smoke. Lots of creamy flavors, lots of woodsy notes. The sweetness that's really AJ Fernandez like, un-MoW like, and a slight peppery undertone here to stay with the MoW theme. Just an all-around great cigar. You know, no problems on the burn, no problems on the draw. So construction spot on, razor sharp burn. Just overall a very enjoyable cigar that you know, really took me by surprise and a nice little addition to the Man O' War lineup here. I mean, you could go today, you know, start off with a Virtue, smoke a regular Man O' War, and end your day on a Ruination. That'd be one awesome day. You know, hey, give them a try. I know cigars.com is out of boxes, so you have to pick up either a 5-pack or the sampler sizes like I did. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. Like I said, the Lonsdale size, for me, in my opinion, is the way to go. Nothing against the other sizes. Just I thought the blend wasn't as concentrated. The flavor profile wasn't as concentrated. It was a little more murky and got lost. Whereas the Lonsdale's nice concentration, nice balance, very smooth cigar, medium body, medium flavored. Just a very solid cigar that I'm gonna have to get more of and have a Man O' War day in the future. So you know, hey, until then, as always, happy smoke. Nah, fuck that. Long fucking ashes. That's right. I'm pointing at you. Pointing, point.